All right. Hey everybody, so I'm here with Gary. What's up, Gary?
Hey.
So I'm happy, first of all, I appreciate the fact that you had an opportunity to want to do this interview, and I think this interview is very, very important, especially to new homeowners, because I just want to kind of, spend a few minutes and go into the process. So, first house, huh?
First house, yes.
Man, exciting stuff, huh?
Somewhat, yeah.
So it's like, just take you back a minute, right? So it's like 11 o'clock at night, and what happens, man? You and your wife, first night in, and...
First night in, cleaning, my wife is cleaning up, and she discovers what she thinks is a bed bug, and she brings it to my attention. So we go upstairs, we start looking around, and they're all over the baseboards. Baseboards, we start looking in the closets, they're all in the closets, and from there we started finding them in other areas of the house. So,
Wow. So what went through your mind at this point? What was the deal?
I didn't really have any thought, just we need them out of here.
You needed that,
We hadn't been in the house 12 hours, and it was an issue, another bill.
Huh. So, then again the panic starts, and now what you're going to do. I mean, you being in the healthcare industry, you were familiar, you knew what they looked like and everything, right?
Yeah.
And I guess on Saturday afternoon we got your call,
Mm-hmm.
and we came over here, and we had an opportunity to talk, and based upon, I felt, with this whole house, it's not now, but it had all paneling, right? We felt
1,240 pounds.
1,240 pounds, huh? That's how much paneling you ripped down and threw
Yeah.
out? But before we even get to that, right, so we advised you, no one's living here, the best way to do would go with the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said, okay, you wanted to put it together and see what it looked like, and then I think you called us up.
Mm-hmm.
And you had said, what, you called a couple other companies?
Yeah, I called 2 other companies besides you guys.
What made you want to move forward with us as opposed to the other companies?
Your willingness to assist in the matter. You seemed experienced in the matter to get the problem rectified, and you could do it sooner than most. Your availability was better.
Good. And I also, we had a man-to-man conversation. You remember what I told you?
Which part?
Well, I told you I'm from New York, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, like, you're in the best of hands, right? And I told you my word was my bond.
Yes.
It didn't need to be in writing, even though it was going to be in writing,
Yeah.
right? That whatever I told you that was going to be was going to be.
Yep.
Is that correct?
That was correct.
That was good. So we come in here, right, man, and we're ready to kill your bed bugs, right? And you're not a lot to set up. And, boy, I'd like to go over there and kick that little dog in the head, but I guess I can't do that. You get me out of here, right?
Yes.
So anyway, so what happens is it turns out that we come in, right? You prepared, not a lot to prepare because you haven't moved in yet, and we do the heat treatment.
Yep.
All right, everything is going well.
So we
What
thought
happens?
we find several other bed bugs in some hot spots of the home. Still found some in the major bedroom, which we found them the first time, and actually saw one in the master bedroom closet, which is a connecting wall to one of the infested rooms.
Right. So then me and Joe come back, right? And it turns out that you remove one of the strips that's holding up the paneling in this room, and we put that out on the porch, and then your wife notices, we think it's all dead, but your wife with her keen eyes notices that there's a little baby crawling.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of weird. We didn't expect that to happen. And then we found another baby crawling, which meant that, okay, something did not penetrate.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to make plans and come back a second time.
Yep.
Right? So we come back a second time, and prior to come back the second time, I actually came back and I hit it with chemical.
Yep.
Right? Because I wanted it to help the heat. And we came back, we hit it again. And when they showed up that morning, there was actually a bed bug crawling outside. Right?
Yeah. Right
So
over
that
the door.
That was very strange. Now we had a bed bug outside. And again, we just hit it with the chemical, and now the heat's coming on. And so now we do the heat treatment a second time.
Yes.
Everything is going well.
So we thought.
So we thought. And then what happens?
And then we found them on the couch, which we had also found them on the couch after the first treatment.
Okay.
But now we find them on the couch again. I think it was I don't know what the terminology for, like a baby.
A nymph.
A nymph.
A nymph.
And an adult male.
Okay.
An adult.
How you know it was a male?
It was pretty big.
It was pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about male.
You checked out his shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So he was looking between his legs. It's some
Yeah.
crazy stuff. All right. So anyway, what happened from there is we then brought in a dog.
Yes.
We didn't know why and what was happening, and again, the dog came in. The canine spent quite some time, over an hour in here, and the canine alerted to, which we found very strange, by the washer dryer.
Mm-hmm.
The canine did not alert at all to the couch, and then the canine alerted to the wall behind the couch,
Mm-hmm.
right? And at this point, we were all kind of at our wits' end, not knowing what to do and how additionally to help you. And then we came in for a third time and a final time. And this time we got in a crawl space, and again we got into all these areas, and that seemed to do the trick.
Yep.
You also threw out the couch.
Throughout the couch, throughout the futon mattresses that were on my daughter's room, got rid of any furniture that they could live in, which seemed to help.
Good, fantastic. Well, now it's been like 2.5 weeks, right?
Yep.
2 weeks and nothing.
2 weeks today.
2 weeks today and nothing.
Yep.
It's all gone. You hear that, America? All gone.
All gone.
All gone. So, really, for the captive audience, the people who are going to be watching this, I mean, first of all, what would you advise them as far as buying a house, based upon what you just came across?
It's not mandated to get a bed bug inspection, but I would advise to get a bed bug inspection along with the termite inspection and your normal standards of inspection. But yeah, that's one thing you can definitely ensure to keep yourself from having this problem is to get a bed bug inspection.
Big problem, right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you and your brother spent like all day ripping out. I mean, you're paddling all through the house.
Yes.
I mean, upstairs, up the corridors, in the bedrooms, all these walls, they were all paneled.
Yep.
They all had to come down. You and your brother spent like a day and a half, right, ripping it down, right? And how many pounds was it around?
How many pounds?
You said like 1,100 pounds.
No, it was 1,240 actually that we dumped, and I still have another 400 behind the shed. So.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So that was a lot. And what about, seriously, I mean, part of doing this video is also to show people we're for real and, my word is bond. I mean, what would you say to this about working with me, working with my team, working with, all the guys that I utilize to make this go right for you?
I would say Scott is a loyal person. 10 o'clock at night to 10 in the morning, 9 in the morning, wherever it was, we were emailing, texting. He definitely is helpful, and it was a pleasure working with him.
Thank you. And that's true when I say, like, I always answer, even though, right, you were calling me and texting me a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever, not answer the phone?
No, always.
So I dealt with whatever needed to be dealt with, right?
You did.
Because I told you from the beginning, right? I was with you,
Your
right?
word, yep.
And my word is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I appreciate that. And again, when people, listen, we live in an age where people really don't find value. They find value on the cheapest price out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we weren't necessarily the cheapest guys out there. We weren't the most expensive guys out there. We saved you some money too, but. So if people are calling around, I mean, would you say cheap over value, value over cheap? I mean, what would you say?
In my situation, I would definitely say value over cheap, because my situation was I wasn't even in my home 12 hours, and I had to experience this problem where most would probably go with cheap because of the issue of, or not issue, but the fact that they just made a major purchase. But you definitely want to go value, especially with...
Move your finger.
You definitely want to go value over this issue because, even with something like this, it seems small, but it can be a lot bigger than you can actually see. So I would say go value over cheap.
Good. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you once again for taking the time out to interview with us. I appreciate it. For the captive audience, my company is Pest Plus Exterminating. We operate out of Central New Jersey. We offer heat. We offer chemical. We offer freezing. We offer steam. And actually, we probably offer more services when it comes to bed bugs than anybody else. I wrote in 2 books on bed bugs, and you can find us at www.pestplusservices.com. That's pestplusservices.com. And if you need us and you need information, feel free to give us a call. If you're in any other part of the country, call your local pest control company and spend time with them and get familiar with them, because honestly I'm going to have very limited help. I'll be able to help you through the videos. That's about it. If you're in the central New Jersey, New York area, you find you're having a bed bug problem, you want to go alternative to the chemical, however we do chemical, you find out you're just moving in, then feel free, give me a call and we can meet with you. 732-777-6857. Hey, listen, I'm Pete Buggy. Who are you?
Gary Kuzo.
And we approved this message, right?
Approved.
Approved. See you later. Ciao. Bye.